Before we get started, we're going to clean off our face. You always want to start off with a clean canvas. I like to use makeup wipes. They're quick and you can just toss them right after. And then I just like to wipe with a tissue to get rid of the excess moisture. Now I'm going to use a latex disposable sponge and some eyeshadow. I'm mainly going to be using blues and purples. However, if you want to have kind of that bruised look, you can use some yellows and greens as well. So first I'm going to add some purple eyeshadow in the inner corner of the eye. You're basically just following the natural bone structure. Any part that's kind of sunken in, any type of reddish purple plum color eyeshadow is going to give you the illusion that the skin is irritated, not well circulated, or the blood underneath the skin isn't circulated. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, you just want to push that sponge into the areas that go inwards. Any area on the face, the bone structure that's concaved. To add the scar on the side of the face for this look, I'm just using a little bit of liquid latex and the same sponge. I'm just going to stipple the latex over the area where I want to apply the scarring wax. Sam's expression is hilarious. Look. Okay, anyways, you're going to use a metal spatula and just scoop out a little bit of the scarring wax. It's really sticky, so I recommend using a stick, popsicle stick, end of a makeup brush or something, just to scrape out the material. Once the latex is dried, it's going to be tacky. I'm just going to spread the wax carefully across the area. So I find it easier to just spread from the end of the pile of wax and just kind of lightly spread it like you're spreading cream cheese on a bagel. For this particular look, I'm creating a scar on the side of the eye. So I want a ridge running straight down the face, and the wax should slowly taper off and blend into the skin. The product I'm using is called Ben Nye's Nose and Scar Wax. This color is in fair. It comes in a variety of different shades, but you want to choose a color that's quite similar to your skin color. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. You're going to be masking it with makeup anyways, but similar enough so that you don't have to work too hard to match the surrounding colors, whether it's skin or zombie skin. You may have to do touch-ups, as in add a little bit more wax here and there, depending on how the scar looks as you're doing it. Sometimes when you try to smooth out the edge of the wax, it removes the product from the latex, so you just want to be very careful you're not pressing too hard or being too aggressive. Once you've finished molding and smoothing out the scar, you may want to add another layer of liquid latex to just kind of seal everything together. But for demo purposes, I've skipped that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm taking a little bit of loose translucent powder and the same latex sponge. I'm just going to stipple a little bit of that powder on top of the scar, that way it's not so sticky. If there's still a lot of powder on the face, that's okay. You can always take a makeup brush and just dust away the excess powder. But you definitely want to put enough on so that the wax is not tacky and you don't want it to get stuck on your hand or anything like that. If you want to change the shape, again, you can keep adding liquid latex, or if you need to touch up the skin, go ahead and add a bit more latex and then repowder and do everything accordingly. I'm going to use a dark red lipstick. This is Digna by MAC. I think it's a limited edition color, but any dark kind of wine-ish color will look nice. This is going to go on top of the ridge of the scar just to give it a bit of color. I'm using the latex sponge just to stipple a little bit of the lipstick on top of the scar area. You can use your finger to dab on color if you want, but I mean, you might as well use the sponge since it's there. I like to use lipstick because it has a little bit of sheen to it, and it's also kind of oily. That way it doesn't look so flat. Anyways, you may want to lightly extend the reddish slash pinkish color towards the normal skin area. That way it kind of blends in. And that's pretty much it. I'm so sorry that I'm not using a good camera just because I don't have one yet. But I'll give you a little close-up as to what the scar looks like. Again, I'm sorry, it's really bad. But that's as good as it's gonna get. It's a close-up of the scar details on it. And I guess we'll awkwardly stare at Sam while you're looking at the scar. Alrighty, well, I'll just leave you with a final note from Sam.
Check out my website, facebook.com, Samuel Reyna, actor.
And you're located in the Los Angeles area.
I am in the Los Angeles area.